At least one generation should do conscious parenting. India was called a sink of world's gold. There are evidences that India contributed to around 50-60% of the world GDP. Entire US contributes only 16%. Our great-great-grandfathers, if they earned money, they were taxed more. Now people are knowing the value of networking. People are knowing the value of contribution. That is the reason why we have this youth, Indian youth, getting more excited. The moment they join a company at the age of 24, they want to contribute. They want to add value. Anything that enhances my experience of liveliness within me is culture. And anything that has got to do with family is culture. All human beings are now suffering that vulnerability problem. If I listen to my father, if I listen to my husband, if I listen to my wife, if I am loyal to my own family, I am becoming vulnerable. That is the reason why today
the intelligence that we see now, and when we also refer history, past history, when I say about thousands of years ago, right? Even then the intelligence existed.
Yeah, definitely.
And sometimes we feel that that intelligence was way superior than the intelligence
Correct.
that we have today. How do you see those differences being
They were
fulfilled
definitely
now?
far better. India was called a sink of world's gold. There are evidences that India contributed to around 50-60% of the world GDP. Entire US contributes only 16%. We contributed 50-60% of the world's GDP. Now, scalability was all. See, the point is, in Sanatan Dharma they say, Kalo hi balavan kartaha. Time is the greatest and the most mighty, powerful doer. Nobody does. We are just flowing in time. Just because we are in this time, now we are all talking about AI. And that is because some companies, some people forced that on us by making it lucrative. ChatGPT was launched long ago. Only when they launched ChatGPT 4, they made the UI UX better that people started using it. Or else people didn't even understand the use case scenarios. I think you understand.
True.
So it's a company forcing you and you trying to, now everybody talks about it. There are much better things. Actually, we have been using, earlier also AI was there, machine learning they used to call, deep tech, all this they used to be there. Things are there. But then not scaled this much. But they were there. I think you understand. Some people, big guys in the big companies decided we need to scale it. And now it's happening. So it's an ecosystem, I think you understand. Some big guy wants to do big things, so we are able to do small things. That is the reality. So this intelligence, how earlier it is now, slowly we will come out of this trap because of, see, First World War, Second World War, our India invasions and all that, slowly we lost a lot of cognition. But I will tell you this interesting thing. Have you noticed? For example, Germany or this Western technology was the first to make cars and
Yes.
other tech world-wise. Germany,
Engineering.
US and UK and all these guys, engineering, these guys were the best. Now you see, for 10-15 years, in the original, in the 90s, 80s, and 1920, 1930 time, they made the best cars. Till the time they are 1980. 1990 till the 2000 came, till the tech transfer, the West did not do it to South Korea or China. Are you understanding? You will see 10 years, 15 years of no evolution in the cars. The tech transfer happened to South Korea and said, South Korea, you start manufacturing things for us. China, you start manufacturing things for us. And then reverse parking camera was not there in a very expensive German car till recently until 5-10 years ago. But then South Korea and these people, they learned the tech from Indian, the Asian continent wise, we are naturally overperformers. We are natural overgivers. We are very lazy with our colonial mindset. We have a strong colonial mindset and very strong influence of the West because of the time, Kalo hi balavan karta. There was a bad time. That time, entire depression, everybody, generations together believed that under productivity or no productivity is the best way to sustain. and survival, and only survival for few generations. So this wisdom was all lost. But if we are taught something, Asian mindset, this Asian and China, India, South Korea, all this, if you are taught something, we innovate heavily. 10, 20 years ago, I don't feel 20, more than 20 years ago, China got the tech to actually make a good car. And within 20 years, now they are making laterally moving cars. Cars that can actually laterally move. Cars can move forward, backward, self-park, auto park, all the technology with lateral parking. Now, why am I trying to tell you is, German, if everything is left to Germans' hands, they would never ever, even if they had the Kodak, they had the technology and the patents for digital thing for a long back, but then they won't launch it. We know all the story, right?
Yes.
That way, the Western world, even if they are advancing, they are very miser to express and allow creativity or allow people to enjoy on the tech. Western world is designed that way. Kodak had the long ago digital patents for all digital photography and everything. They didn't want, because they didn't want the market to grow. They were happy with, my grandfather made an innovation, now your grandson is going to make me payment. I will tell you this this Asian mindset. For example, in India we have this famous picture called Bahubali. There everybody knew. Karikala Kattappa. Why Kattappa killed Bahubali was a great question. But then that was a great question after Bahubali 1. After I watched that movie, the great question that I had was, Kattappa's great grandfather promised the kingdom that not just me, my coming generations will be a slave to your throne. You are not, are you understanding what I am trying to say? You are not pawning yourself, you are pawning your great grandson. Yeah, we have this mindset of pawning ourselves, not just as generations, we are overgivers. If I love this king, not just me, my great grandchild also will be servant to this child, to this king. Mentality. Because we are very, you understand what I mean? We are givers. We are giving mentality people. West is, they will do some innovation and they will sit on it, and my grandfather did some innovation, now I want your great grandchild to pay me. I am the great grandchild. Now pay me and let me live on royalties. They know how to live on royalties. They know. We are not happy. We have an itch to innovate. 20 years ago, 25 years ago, South Korea, China got this car technology, other tech. All advancements were made because they were given the tech. Or else 15 years, 20 years, car industry was moving very slowly. Yes or no?
Yes.
Example, car industry, any other industry. The point I am trying to tell you is, West is very lazy. They are not givers, they are takers. They are very comfortable receiving. They are very comfortable receiving. And when they had to innovate and situation, world wars and all this happened, they innovated. But they got back to that receiving mode, because world wars also they did only to receive. I think world war was the reason they wanted to receive, so they created wars. Now after that they received and received. All Asian, this including this side, we are natural givers. We are not really proud that my great grandfather did some innovation or my father did some innovation and I want to live on that royalty. We create the competition, we lower the prices ourselves. We want to do more. Example, in the West, they perfect one product and grandfather perfects that product. Son runs the same factory, grandson runs the same factory, and the secret is never leaked and they always continue to make money. Example.
Yes.
You understand? They don't give that tech easily. They don't give that innovation drive easily. And they also don't grow easily. It's only South Korea and China were given the tech. Now every small, even 5 lakhs car has all, they are, I'm sure in next 2-3 years, even a 2 lakh, 5 lakh, 6 lakhs cars will have ADAS. I understand. And if you are a 10 lakh car, already we are having, in 10 lakh cars, we are having almost ADAS, I guess. So, the point I am trying to tell you, we'll have ADAS level 2, we'll have all this, because we want to give more. We are givers. They are receivers.
So at one end, Guruji, there is human intelligence which is able to do all these things quickly at a scalable model, but the business acumen is
We'll
not.
learn slowly, because we come from a generation where, we are abused people. Entire this West, we are abused. South Korea, China, India, we were all abused people. Our great-great-grandfathers, if they earned money, they were taxed more. And I think you understand what I am trying to say. Slavery, hungry. Our great-grandfathers lived more in hungry than eating food. And starvation was a norm for them. So our DNA took a slight slump. I think you understand. Slowly. But all this, because we are givers, abundance will come back to this place. But we will go through our own cycle. So this business acumen and all this, slowly we are developing. Slowly. But still we are not that kind of a scalable models. We believe in uniqueness. And see, they say Indian mentality or the crab mentality. If somebody is going up, we pull down somebody. Westerners, they don't do that. If somebody is going up, everybody gets profited. They have a system. That's what are you able to relate to?
Yes.
Why is that so? And see, the point is, Indian fundamental, this entire West is made up of self-expression personalities. I think you understand. Singing, for example, dancing. Every singer sings the same raga but in a different way. I think you understand. There are 2 tabla players. Then there is a competition between. We cannot exist without competition. We cannot exist. Any art form. Singing, dance, or any sanatana, puja, meditation. You take anything. You take any temples. One Raja built a certain temple. The son has to build a better temple than that. A bigger temple than that. More architecture in that. More carvings in that. Yes or no?
Yes.
No competition. My father Raja Chola built this, then the Raja Chola 2 built this, third he built this. All this is very important, or else we'll feel, what are we doing? We have this natural do more culture. That's there in our DNA. So that business acumen also will come with a cycle. So we will be more concentrating on uniqueness. It's not crab culture. We don't try to pull each other. We have an inherent to do more culture. So if somebody does that, scarcity, famine, world wars and all that, all this entire, we suffered a lot, invasions and all. So we have that. Now slowly that is going out and shaping into uniqueness. Now people are knowing the value of networking. People are knowing the value of contribution. That is the reason why we have this youth, Indian youth, getting more excited about, the moment they join a company at the age of 24, they want to contribute. They want to add value. This is coming. Slowly it's coming. Because we are originally givers. We are originally performers. We are originally, our core DNA is excellence. So all this will come, scale, business scale and all you are talking, it will come. But it will come in its own. At least one generation should do conscious parenting. Slowly nationalism is coming in every country.
Yes.
Slowly through nationalism, cultural revival even in China is coming. These days now, China is also talking, if you see latest 2025, slowly they are also talking about cultural revival. Every country will talk about cultural revival. And slowly cultural revival also will take some time to fine tune itself to what exactly. Cultural revival is not just opening one temple. Cultural revival is actually understanding an ecosystem of around the temple. Cultural revival is all about understanding the family values. Cultural revival is all about enhancing your personal, see, and like a company, They have a, every year they have to grow 15%, 20% CAGR. We are not growing 15-20% CAGR in our life. Slowly, you understand this. Now the China is being hit with all this. World is having an economical drama. Things are beginning. Now slowly people will stop saying, see, in my salary, in my job, I am not having a, the world is growing at inflation 5 and appreciation and all that. So 5%, 5%. So if you understand 10%, if I grow CAGR, then I am just keeping pace with the world. My salary is not 10% growing, people will come to realize this. I think you understand. 20% CAGR achievement will become compulsory in the next 5 years in this Western hemisphere. And it will become a normal, so people will be able to achieve it. They are forced to. Because why am I trying to tell you? Now we are, all markets are being disrupted, the world trade is shifting, things are happening. Where it will go, God knows. But the truth is, this will cause enormous cultural revival, family system, ecosystem. Because now we are insecure in a different way. Earlier we are insecure in a different way. To establish a house, to establish a house, car, 2 children, wife and 2 children was the agenda for life. Now slowly, no. Now people are talking about getting rich. Slowly in the top circle, generational wealth is becoming a buzzword. How to create generational wealth, how to create this, how to do this. It's coming, it's coming. In the same fashion, in the next 5 years, people will start scratching their head and asking, what is culture? Going to a temple is culture. Wearing kurta pajama is culture. This guy wears Rudraksha, so is Guruji. What is the proof? And these visual symbols start falling off.
Okay.
And slowly, what is the value you bring to the table? The people will start, slowly it will come. And then original, what is culture? Culture is personal culture, my personal discipline, my personal loyalty towards my own integrity of self, of my own being is culture. My personal loyalty towards my own personal integrity, enhancing my self-worth is culture. Anything that enhances my self-worth is culture. Anything that ritualizes is not culture. Now what is happening? Anything that is a ritual is a culture. Slowly people will fine tune this. It will come. Anything that enhances my self-worth, anything that enhances my experience of liveliness within me is culture. And anything that has got to do with family is culture. I think you understand. My networking, my bonding becomes my strength. In the times of need, people get closer towards each other. In times of difficulty, need, pressure, people get closer to each other. In the same fashion, now we slowly will understand importance of family, importance of parenting, importance of ensuring that if I can't be 10x, my child should be 10x. If I can't be this, I'll help my brother. Slowly that will come. Now, everything is at a tipping phase. I believe this. Because we will see the West failing. With the same woke culture, with the same thing, we will see this West failing enormously. And money and attention coming to this, because population is more here. Remember one thing, power is all about demographics. More people, richer you are. Less consumption, less demographic, poorer you are. When a demography comes together, they become naturally rich. 18% demographic population in India, they are together, and that is the reason why they are a profound voice. Slowly people will realize this. People who come together is power. People, demography scattered is tragedy. People will slowly realize this. And they will not realize this as a society, they will realize it as family. One brother will start. Now these days what's happening? No brother stands up for his own brother. No sister standing up for a brother. Everybody fighting their own opinions, their likings, their systems, their... Slowly they will understand one thing. In next 5 years the technology will push them towards that. I am very sure. In 5 years you will find this happening. People will start normalizing family bonds, family culture, togetherness. People will start valuing it.
So technology playing this natural role of
Technology
rebuilding.
human
I mean, it is pushing the intelligence.
divine intelligence or I call it human intelligence, and our subconscious, we all are going evoluting. I think you
There's
understand.
a cause and effect theory coming in this fashion.
Correct. So technology is not doing it. Only humans can drive humans. Animals can only drive animals. You know, even animals can drive animals, I'll tell you. For example, these zebras or any animal, they move in herds. Am I clear with you? But actually herd is very counterproductive, because see, all buffaloes will go to drink water at one particular time, and there is a herd of buffaloes, herd of zebras, herd of deer. All these deers, they move in a herd, you know.
Yes.
But this herd is very counterproductive, because if a lion wants to attack and hunt and kill deers, now if you have 100 deers coming and drinking water at one place, you attack, the probability of getting one is very easy, because on a herd.
Yes.
And you understand, it's like fishing net. If you try one fishing rod, then the probability of you getting the fish is small. But if you throw a bigger net, then probability of getting fish is more. In the same fashion, actually it's counterproductive, because if a lion attacks a herd of buffaloes, it's very difficult. But it is also very productive, because the lion is, all buffaloes look same, all deers look the same. Now the problem is, a lion is running towards one and it's crisscrossing. Now in a herd it has to find the weakest runner. When everybody, and the herd when attacked will not run in one direction, they will run in a crisscross direction. 100 deer go to drink water, they go in one specific direction. But when a lion attacks, all 100 will run in their own direction. And when you cannot spot one, when your target is not, if you target one and if you just move your head also, the target misses. I think you understand.
Yes.
Logically and superficially, if you become one, it is very difficult for people to attack. But overall, if you are together, we are more vulnerable. In the past 10-15 years, all human beings are now suffering that vulnerability problem. If I listen to my father, if I listen to my husband, if I listen to my wife, if I am loyal to my own family, I am becoming vulnerable. That is the reason why today brothers, sisters, families, bonds, network, friends. Earlier, best friends was a common thing. Today, you don't really find best friends. And all best friends are also our monthly friends. You understand what I am trying to say? You don't have best friends. You ask 100 kids coming out of college, who is your best friend? Just to fresh out of, they will tell you this guy, this guy, this guy. 6 months after college, you ask best friend, and I had one best friend, but I lost touch. In 6 months, they lose touch. I think you understand. This is happening. Why? Because now we are at a phase where, human evolution phase, we are now feeling that if we are in a herd, if we have a group of friends, if we are a group, if I am helping my wife, if my wife is helping me, narrative is pushed in such a fashion that if you cook for the whole family, you are vulnerable. It's for the past 100 years, I feel this vulnerability was encashed very well. A group of animals, being in a group, they are vulnerable. They make enough noise for the lion to know, oh, they have come. And if I attack 100 things one side, 2-3 lions from 2 different sides, getting one is easy. It is counterproductive. Vulnerability is there, but still there is an advantage. If one deer or a buffalo goes to the water, 2 lions attack from 2 sides, the possibility of kill rate is 100%. But if 100 buffaloes go, all 100 buffaloes run in 100 directions, the possibility of 2 lions attacking, the kill rate is still 1%. Yeah, seriously.
Yes.
So, our vulnerabilities were played very heavily by the people, by the corporates and the West. Slowly people will start realizing, no, it's a strength. Because now the West is again putting this narrative of networking. Why should I network with other people? First, if I network with my brother, my sister, my mother, my father, if a father and mother properly networks and leaves their anxiety and thinks as a thought leader for the child, fantastic things can happen. Scalability will come and the child will be 10x. And if the child has a brother, it's a backing. If a child has a sister, it's a backing. If the wife has a husband, the husband has a good wife and a chairman CEO. I think you understand what I am trying to say. MD, CEO, something like that. I think you understood what I am trying to say. If that kind of synergy, why build it in corporates? We can actually build it in houses. That people will realize with the advent of technology. And our vulnerabilities that the world has played for the past 100, 150 years, we will start realizing the strength in it. You cooperating with a company these days, I want to add value to the company. A father is not saying I want to add value to my child's life. What is the value you bring to your child's life? If I ask a father these days, average 100 sample size, 100 fathers, you say, what is the value? I am putting them in school, I am paying them college fees and what else. And you ask the child, 100 children, what is the value? They frustrate me more. I think you understand. Because the bond is not being developed. Because vulnerabilities were played. This is the reason of colonialism and all. But trust me, animals cannot live without a herd because herd is vulnerable, but herd is superpower. We will slowly learn and come back as a herd and we will develop this. It's a phase of colonialism and other pressures that we endured. Some parts of the West, China, the Chinese people or the South Koreans or the Singaporeans, they're slowly realizing this. Singaporeans friends. I think you understand. And slowly Chinese. That's coming. Even India, that's coming. Nationalism will turn into that.
Amazing. Guruji, talking about again human evolution, humans are trying to find different things. They're also getting into space.
Yeah.
And from a spiritual and science perspective, what is the goal of going into a space, and what is the reason that people are
there is nothing related to spirituality. It's all about science and it's all about, no spiritual going on Mars or exploring other planets, no spiritual connotation. Ecological connotation or scientific connotations can be there. Spiritual perspective, no issues at all. There must be no issues. And you should not land on Guru Graha. These kind of things are idiotic. Slowly this idioticness in the spirituality should go. You understand? Superstition in spirituality will go. So, from a spiritual connotation going to space, what? From a spiritual connotation, nothing. From scientific, necessity. Yeah, necessity. Space dominance is very important. So, I don't feel anything spiritual related. Everything science and necessity.
When we have so much of world already available, what is the need to go to the space?
The point is, one hook for telephones and everything, space is important. For everything, space is important. Remember one thing, until otherwise you explore, you don't know how to use it also. What is the necessity of a child to go into the kitchen and look around or look at the cylinder which is looking red and attractive? What is the necessity? This child curious, they want to. We should not question a curious mind what is the benefit of going to Mars and just coming back. and are bringing a stone from there or bringing a mud from there and analyzing. Anyway, you can't go deep mine it. Anyway, you can't do anything. If there are minerals also, you can't mine what is, you don't fully know how much oil reserves we have. Now we are discovering, oh, India has oil. Bihar has oil, Madhya Pradesh has oil, West Bengal has oil. We are discovering now. And now we are figuring out how to mine oil from Andaman deep sea. Technology we are figuring out. So people have not figured out this. People, what will you do going and bringing Mars? It's like a curious society or world. We all should be, the inner child should be kept awake. Developing space tech will help some other tech industry. I think you understand. So it's like a child. Now let the child play all around the house. Let the child touch everything. Don't ask, iska benefit kya hai? Things should happen. Why? And the things should happen, because the more things happen, the more you will find the use cases. And outer space and the space, satellites and everything are important. We need satellite imagery and all that. So that way. But going extra space, moon, people want to explore this. It's very good, because doing that, something else will happen. The inner child should always be kept awake, and we should be curious, and we should know what's there in the Mars, what's there in the Neptune, what's there this, what's there that, what. Though we cannot do anything about it, we should be knowing, because knowing that tech gets a lot of other tech. I think you understand. So that way it's very important. It's lucrative. And it's very, we should all be open about it.
With this conversation, what I come to realize is there can be an advancement of technology every time. There will be a disruption, but at the end of the day, human intelligence cannot be taken away. It will keep growing at a newer pace. It will keep discovering new things. It's like this: when calculators came, people thought people will lose calculation skills, but then we found more mathematical problems to solve. So this evolution journey will continue irrespective whether there is AI, whether there is technology, whether there is any advancement that happens.
Conscious evolution will happen. More. Correct. Fantastic.
Thank you, Guruji, for these insights
bless you.
today and having an interesting conversation about the technology and linking it with so many other aspects of life as an individual and the self-worth that someone has to focus so that they are able to scale in the coming days. Thank you.
God bless you.
Thank you, Guruji.